Hey there friends, welcome back. So it is now 2023, and I know I've taken a few weeks off here and there. The holidays were pretty busy for us, and then the last 2 weeks I've actually been sick. You could probably hear it in my voice a little bit. I am getting much better, but I figured it would probably be best for me to just take some time and relax and rest and get better. So I've taken a few weeks off, but now I am slowly getting back into the swing of things and working on some new projects and new videos for you. I am going to take it a little slow today, but I do want to show you some of the items that I have found on Facebook Marketplace. I have to admit that I was very apprehensive at first to start looking at Facebook Marketplace for any kind of furniture or decor, vintage or antique items. I don't know, I was always a little wary of things like Craigslist and stuff like that. But once we moved here to Virginia, I really started to look more online for items, close to our area. And I've been really lucky. I think that we've been incredibly fortunate to find some really amazing items. And, for the most part, we're totally fine with driving a few hours if it's a good piece, if it's a good price. So I thought I would share with you some of the items that we found on Facebook Marketplace. So this little table here was the first Facebook Marketplace purchase that I made. I knew I wanted something that had 2 levels to it, so it could house my husband's PS3 and Xbox. So it was a really easy, simple Facebook Marketplace find, and I think it was only about 30 minutes from our house, and I think I remember it was $20. I didn't even meet the person who we bought it from. We ended up just picking it up from their front porch, and I left the money under the mat, and it was super simple. So I really love this. It works perfectly, and it fits really well into our decor. So this China Hutch is one of my most recent acquisitions. I've been looking for something like this for quite a while. We're actually trying to replace this one here, this IKEA Hutch. And I really wanted something like this. I'm looking for another one that might match it or at least be somewhat similar, but I'm super happy with it. It was a little bit of a far drive. It was 2.5 hours. We had to drive up to West Virginia to go get it, and it was kind of a really quick. She was moving and she needed to get it out of the house like the next day. So we dropped everything, we drove up there, and it was a really simple, transaction, although where they lived was like way up in the mountains. It was super scary to drive up there. But anyway, it was only $60. She needed to get rid of it right away. Like I said, she was moving, and so it was a fantastic deal. I'm really happy with it, and I'm hoping to find maybe a buffet or another similar hutch to go with it, because I have a lot of dishes that I want to house, but I am absolutely in love with this. This fireplace screen is a newer acquisition as well. I wasn't really looking for one in particular, but I was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace one night, and this happened to be on there. And strangely enough, she lives in my neighborhood, so she actually dropped it off at my house, which was really nice. And the price was incredible. I got it for $100, and I've seen them go for $200-300. So I felt like it was a good price, and she just dropped it off at my house. So worked out really well for us, and I have been eyeing these. Didn't know if I was ever going to have a fireplace in another house, so hasn't really been a huge, high on my list, but I'm super glad that I found one. Now, I'm sure you've seen this on some of my videos. this I'm super excited about. I found this in Baltimore, actually. It wasn't too far away from us, so we drove up to Baltimore, picked it up, and it was only $50. Now, the guy did start to sand things down, and he painted it. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it painted, if I was going to try and refinish it, but I'm actually going to keep it painted. I really like the blue. I think it looks beautiful. I do want to restain some of the parts that he sanded down, but it's like the veneer is so sanded down, he kind of went to town on it. So I'm afraid to sand it down even more, try to strip the paint off. It's chalk paint, so I'm going to leave it as it is, but I am going to try and refinish some of the areas that he stripped away a lot. But I do like the color. I'm actually pretty happy with the blue color, but I just think it's such a beautiful piece, and for $50, I could not let this thing go. So I was really, really happy with it. And right now I'm just using it in kind of my studio as a backdrop. I have my own vanity in my bedroom that I use to put my makeup on. These types of vanities that have like the low kind of dresser type thing, those don't work really well for me because I can't sit and like scoot my legs underneath. So I wouldn't actually use this as a vanity where I'd put my makeup on. Yeah, maybe I'll put it in the guest room, but I'm happy with it really right here as a really nice backdrop. Well, those are my Facebook Marketplace finds. I've been really, really pleased with all of the things that I have found, and my transactions have been wonderful. I've met some great people. I've not had to meet some others. I've just been able to pick it up off of their front porch. But yeah, everything has gone really smoothly, and I encourage you to look on Marketplace and just make sure that you filter out for your local area, so it makes it easier to find things that you can easily drive to and pick up. But it's another great option of finding wonderful vintage and antique items, usually for a cheaper price. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate all of your guys' support while I take a little break and make sure that I am healing myself, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.